Okay. Hey guys and girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel on the Anthony Kent Bishop channel. And this today is another episode of Daily News with me. I'm just turning on my Samsung Tablet 4, which I'm doing all my sort of current affairs pretty much. Yeah, so let's just delve into today's topics. Let's have a look, see what we can do, because what I'm going to do is do random topics. So I'm just going to have a look through the news, see if there's anything good. And this is Daily News, and it's the 10th of July, and this is 2016. And it's actually Sunday now. Well, it's just coming towards Monday. And it's just coming up to 11 o'clock at the moment. So we're still in that Sunday phase. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look, see what's been happening today. Because I like listening to the news a lot. Alright. See what we got here. Right. Should think. Alright, got my little. Right. Right, because there was a topic I wanted to do. Actually, what we'll do first, we'll do the sports first. Alright, so right, here we go. So do some tennis today. So 10th of July. Andy Murray wins Wimbledon by beating Milos Raonic. Britain's Andy Murray became Wimbledon champion for the second time with a superb performance against Canadian 6th seed Milos Raonic in the final. The Scots 29 dismantled the Raonic serve in 6-4, 7-6, 7-3. And then 7-6 and 7-2 victory to beat his triumph of the 2013 and claim a third Grand Slam. Yeah, so, I mean, Andy Murray, he's getting really good. I think he's almost, is it number 1 or something? Or he's near number 1 spot. Murray is the first British man to win multiple Wimbledon single titles since Fred Perry in 1935. I mean, yeah, I mean, you got those other tennis players, great ones as well, like Pat Cash and all of that. And then you've got Tim Henman. I mean, to be honest, Tim Henman, when he was near the end of his career, he was beginning to slow down, he was beginning to be shit, and he used to be one of the all-time best. But, what's that other one, that other tennis player? John McEnroe, fucking legend on the actual tennis courts and all that. I remember the time when he basically started, like, moaning because basically the ball basically was on the line, and he was round and all this kind of shit was out of the line and all this kind of crap. And I'll tell you what, it's one of his best like moments in tennis. And to be honest, I mean, the all-time legend, I would say, for tennis players is got to be him, because it's no doubt he's one of the best legends to ever stand grace in a tennis court. Even though they did all these like funny moments where they did what's it called, the comedy versions of them, where they got like some comedian tennis players But that was years ago, but I remember watching those, like, they were doing it for charity or something. But yeah, John McEnroe, one of my favourite all-time tennis players. But Tim Henman, I used to love Tim Henman back in the days when he used to like kick ass a lot and all that. Until he started slowing down into the new era and all that. Anyway, right, next topic. I was watching UFC 200 yesterday, and I was actually quite surprised by Mark Hunt yesterday when he was taking on Brock Lesnar. And I thought, to be honest, I thought Mark Hunt was going to knock him out. Because he actually had Brock Lesnar stumbled a little bit. And I thought he was going to get him off guard. Because he actually hit Brock Lesnar a few times, actually. But Brock Lesnar just got him on the floor and then just kept punching him. And yeah, just won the actual match and that by... I think he knocked him out, actually, because he was on the floor quite a lot. And I remember when Brock Lesnar was on top of him, he just kept punching the shit out of him in his face. That was a really good match. But what was that other one? I was watching the women's fight match. That one woman who actually went undefeated. I forgot her name now, because I'm not much into UFC, but. Yeah, that's the one. Misha Tate. Oh my god. She got fucked right at the end of the women's championship. I don't know what they actually call it. I think, here we go. Yeah, bantamweight or something they call the women's championship. Because I just go with women's title belt for UFC and all that. That's what I say. But, yeah, she got fucked by that Amanda Nunes. And I find that, to the point, when she got stumbled, that very first time when she got fucking punched and then she went a bit rocky on the floor a little bit, I had a funny feeling she was going to fucking lose. But, I mean, I think she went like undefeated, like 12 or something. I don't know what her record was actually. But apparently they said she went undefeated or something. Hang on, what was her record? Let's have a look at her record. Because I think they said she was had the longest streak when she went into, like, is it Division 4 something, 5 or something like that? Some weird numbers though. Just have a look. I think my brother's coming down in a minute. Hang on, so professional record. Fights, she's had 17 fights, 13 wins. I think this is the one. I think this is her record. Yeah, 13 wins. Wins by knockout 9, wins by submission 3, and wins by decision 1. And yeah, I mean, she is Amanda Nunes and Brazil grapples with Misha Tate. Losses 4, losses by knockout 2, losses by submission 1, losses by decision 1. And to be honest, I don't normally watch like UFC at all, because I find, to be honest, the blood sport side of it with all the blood, it's too real. I mean, obviously it's real and all that. It's a lot better than WWE on the blood side of things. But I think, to be honest, I mean, a lot of kids watch it as well, and I kind of think gets too violent, to be honest, whether kids should be watching it or not. Because then they could be getting ideas to go around beating people up or having their own little sort of fights and then that. But on Brock Lesnar's side. I think he did a fantastic job winning his first match back returning, because I think he had a sort of an infection the last time he went to UFC, or actually ended his career pretty much. The disease he had, I think it was like something to do with his immune system or something, immune disease or some shit. But apparently he was getting over I think it was 2.8 million in like revenue from winning that match. So yeah, right. And I want to have a look at this because I'm trying to find this one. Oh yeah, because I was going to do another post about that shooting. To be honest, that happened, and apparently after the shootings, because apparently 2 people got shot in America, African Americans or something, apparently, and they got killed by the white copper who killed them and all that. But I find, to be honest, I mean, people say, oh, well, maybe they're racist and all that, but I don't know, there's got to be more to it. I mean, in a way, I would like the police to come up with an idea to have checks on the police officers themselves. Like, for instance, maybe get them a health check every month to make sure their mind is stable, because in a way, I mean, you can't just say, oh, well, the person's racist or not like that. It could be something to do, I mean, they could have mental illness problems or something, but who knows, but apparently there was some riots going on actually afterwards. I think it was, I think there was some riots afterwards. Deranged gunman says US won't return. Oh, what's this one? Alright, another one. I think this might be on the same lines. Barack Obama condemns a deranged gunman, says US won't return to 60s era race riots. So basically, when it actually happened in the 60s, apparently, in the era of the 60s, where someone gunned someone down because of their creed, colour, or whatever it is, and then just became, it just became synonymous that they had a riot because of it. President Obama issued a call for unity on Saturday, insisting that race relations in the US were not returning to the dark days of the 60s. Mr. Obama delivered his message at nationwide protests. So basically they had a protest and they wanted to make sure the protest went to significant level to make sure no one started riots and all that. It was just the nationwide protest against police brutality towards the black Americans have continued to spill over into violence in the aftermath of the massacre in Dallas. There is sorrow, there is anger, there is confusion about next step, but there is unity in recognizing that this is not how we want our communities to operate. He said, when we start suggesting somehow that this enormous polarization and we are back to how we were in the 60s, that's just not true. Mr. Obama, who has announced he is abandoning a European visit and will arrive in Dallas in the coming days in a bid to calm race relations, called gunman Mika Johnson demented and insisted he in no way represents America's black community. So you don't want people in there who's having that sort of stuff going on, trying to fuck up the nations and all that, with gunmen going around shooting people and all that kind of shit. Because I think there was apparently there's a couple of police getting killed the other day in America as well. I haven't really read much of that. Police have lifted a lock lockdown imposed on the area around their headquarters following a security threat. Around a square mile was blocked off with people inside the security cordon forbidden from leaving after an alert while police searched a car park. The scale of the response was a reflection of the edginess in the city following the murder of 5 of its officers. Well, they put it wrong. They put 5 or its officers. Details of the threat were not disclosed by the police, who deployed SWAT teams and closed down the public transit stations close to their headquarters. At one point, police used a rifle to force their way into part of the car park. However, an exhaustive search using officers and dogs failed to find a suspect, and the all clear was given. Officers are planning to breach a locked door in the garage with a shotgun. That was on Twitter, on one of the Dallas Police Department, on their Twitter. What's this? The Facebook account of Micah Johnson, the 25-year-old Army veteran who killed 5 officers in Dallas on Thursday, shows that he liked 2 different extremist groups, the New Black Panthers Party and the African American Defense League. The New Black Panthers is a black power group known for its anti-white and anti-Semitic hatred, according to the Southern Poverty Law and Center, the SPLC, which monitors U.S. extremists. The group has no link to the original Black Panthers movement of the 1960s. Instead, calls for the killing of Jews and white people. Johnson also followed the African American Defense League, which directly advocates violence against police officers. Following the killing of the Alton Sterling, a black man shot dead by police in Louisiana, the group's founder took to Facebook promising to sprinkle pig's blood. That sounds horrible, but pig is a common term for police officers. You and I know what we must do, and I don't mean marching, making a lot of noise, or attending conversations, wrote Mr. Morsiam Lee Milera, or whatever how it's spelled. We must rally the troops. It's time to visit Louisiana and hold a barbecue, the highlight of our occasion. So that's what they said in the messages and all of that. It's unclear if the gunman was actually involved in any of these groups or just followed them from a distance over the internal. He told a police negotiator during his final stand that he was acting alone and was unaffiliated with any group, according to Dallas police. So, yeah, maybe he was lying or something, maybe he was and all that. But who knows, who knows. But I find, to be honest, I find the police do a good job, and they do help put the bad guys away. But sometimes, I suppose, in a way, they cannot notify if someone is going to pull a gun out on them or not. Especially when I did the video the other day about it. Whether, who knows, I mean, it could be a white guy with a gun going around shooting black people, or black people shooting whites. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we have to have a calm state of mind in this kind of stuff. Just can't go around blaming people for anything, or presuming they're going to shoot you with a gun and all of that. But to be honest, the policeman who did that the other day, the policeman shouldn't have killed him. Should have probably just shot him in the leg if he thought he had a weapon on him or going to kill him and all of that. But yeah, the police do a good job, and I would say to all the police out there to stay safe and that, and just keep doing your jobs and that, but do it right. And yeah, the police also should just have, I don't know, health checkups once in a while, not just probably monthly, because I think monthly, if they did it on a monthly basis, that would be bad. they need to do it probably a bit longer, probably every 2 to 3 months, have a health check to make sure their mind states are all there. Because you hear it all the time where a policeman goes off the rails and starts going like a maniac and kills people and that. I mean, it's like with army soldiers where you hear where they've just come out of like Afghanistan or something, or